In this short video, we'll learn how to create the split screen effect in Adobe Premiere Pro. When you scale down a clip, you'll notice that the background goes black. Let me show you what I mean. If I select the clip here, and then let's say we scale it down from 100% to say 45%, you see the background is black. Now, if you remember, in one of the previous lessons, we talked about this background actually not being black, but being transparent. What that means is if you had something else behind this clip, that's what you'd be seeing. That's how you change the background color. So for example, if you wanted this black to be white, you just place a white image underneath this flower pan image, and that would just appear to be white in the background. And in essence, that's how you create a split screen as well. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say, for example, we just go and find a different clip, but before that, let me just go and reset this scale back to 100%. Let me just go to the footage bin here, and then my B-roll, and then let's say we have this clip here called Early Morning River. So I'll just double click to open this up. And I'm just going to take a small portion of this clip, let's say from, say here, I'm going to set my in point to about there. I'll set my out point. I wasn't really being careful about the duration or the contents. And now I'll just bring the video portion of this clip to my timeline. So I'll just go and click on this film strip here and then drag this on top of this flower pan clip. And of course I want them to be the same length. So I'll go to this Early Morning River, trim this here like that. So now they're exactly the same duration. Now, because the Early Morning River image is above the flower pan image, that's covering it. So I can't see this image here underneath. But if I take this top clip, go to its effect controls, set its scale to be something different than 100%, let's say 45%. Now the top clip, the river clip, is only 45% of the original scale, and I'm still seeing the flowers underneath because the flowers are under this early morning clip in the timeline. Now, if I click on this early morning clip, and in fact, if I double click here so I can see the control points and the outline, like that, I can push this towards left. I'll show you in a moment how to do this precisely. I'll then select the clip underneath, and I can set this to be, say, 45%. And now that's smaller as well. And I can double click on this clip now, and then push this one towards right. And if I just select this, push this left again, like that. And that's essentially how you create a split screen. If I now go and play this, you see both of them will play at the same time. But I wasn't really being careful with the positioning of these clips. So let's see how you can do that precisely. Hey, it's me. Are you finding this video helpful? If you are, please subscribe to our channel so you can get more content like this. And I'll give you another reason why that's a good idea at the end of the video. For now, let's continue. Let me just go and select the top clip and then reset its position. Select the bottom clip, reset its position as well. Because the scales are the same, both 45%, they're kind of on top of each other, so I can't see the clip underneath. If I click on the top clip and then make sure I have the word motion highlighted, as I click and drag this from here towards left, if I hold the shift key down, that's going to lock that motion just to be on the left and the right axis. So if I click and drag up and down, you see nothing happens, but the clip only goes left or right. So that's what the shift key allows you to do. I can do the same for the second clip. I can select it, click and drag, and you see before I hold the shift key down, I can freely move this. Whereas if I hold the shift key down, it will lock that to only go left and right. And I'll do the same again for the first clip with the shift key again, so they get separated. Like that. If you want things to snap to each other inside the program panel, you need to turn on the snapping function in the view menu at the top. So if I go to view, come down to here where it says snap in program monitor. As I now click and drag, see what happens. These smart guides like in Illustrator, if you're familiar with them, they turn on. So I'm not holding anything down, I'm just clicking and dragging my mouse around. And you see the clips will start snapping around in the program panel. So I can have that one there, and then maybe this one near the bottom left corner. If you want to see more clips in here, you would simply need to place them inside the timeline on the tracks above the Early Morning River image. Right now we don't need more than 2 clips, but that's what you'd need to do if you wanted to have more than 2 clips playing at the same time. You'll also notice as I click and drag this clip here, let me just go and turn off my snapping here for a second. You see that this clip is above the flower clip. That's because that's how it is in the timeline. If I put the flower clip above the other clip in the timeline, like this, now the flower clip goes on top of this river clip in the program panel as well. So whichever clip is above the other one in the timeline will also be on top here in the program panel. Let me just push this back to where it was, like that. Let's say, for example, you want to crop out all of these parts of this flower clip. So there's no point in this case, let's say, seeing all of the sides. Let's say we just want to concentrate on this flower here. Well, let me just take the flower clip, and for the time being, I'll just go and disable this early morning clip here by right-clicking on it, and then unchecking this enable button so it doesn't get in the way. So I'll select my flower clip, reset it, so I'll just go to motion, reset the entire motion, and instead of scaling it, I actually want to crop the sides of this. Well, there's an effect for it. If I go to Effects, search for Crop. This is the effect. I can click and drag this from here on top of the flower image. And now we have the crop effect applied as well as the lumetri effect which we applied earlier. If I now go to left, increase this is going to start cropping it from the left, like that. And I can do the same from the right as well, like that. And a bit more maybe. Say here. And now I'll move the entire thing towards left. So if I just go to motion, click and drag this towards left with the shift key held down, like that. Then I'll go and turn this clip on. And I'll select that clip, reset that as well. Then I'll lower down the scale to, let's say, 50. And I'll push the position X towards right, like that. We end up with a split screen again, but the layout is different this time. Here we have a portrait mode image, and on the right we have a landscape mode image. So if I now go back and play, that's what we'll see. And that's how easy it is to create a split screen in Premiere Pro.
Before you go, if you want to enter our weekly prize draw, where you could win a free training course that's fully live and interactive and worth over $1,000, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. That's all you have to do. Thanks again for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.